I'm tired of hearing these women that are in relationships or dealing with these men, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 2 years, 3 years. And it's like, well, I thought, no, you didn't. It don't take that long to figure out that man ain't shit. Man, YouTube, I decided to just take a ride on the wild side. I jumped back on TikTok and I don't know, I came across like a few videos like related to dating, and I was like, okay, you know what? It's a new year to talk about dating, new year to talk about what's going on, why men are stupid, why women are stupid, why everyone just can't get their shit together. So, let's not waste time. Let's jump right in.
There's this dating epidemic that's happening right now. Women do not need men to get bank accounts, houses. They have careers on their own. And so as a result, it's challenging societal norms of the way men value themselves when it comes to being successful for relationships. Whereas the flip side, a lot of women are saying men need to step it up emotionally, which is why I talk a lot about emotional intelligence and how that's what women want. There's this push and pull happening right now with society. I want to know, though, what are your thoughts?
Well, since you want to know what my thoughts are, I think she's right. I think she's right about some of it. So to speak on the man side first, it's not so much that it's making us question ourselves. What's happening is that we're seeing, and look, I know this is anecdotal, and I know what we see online isn't 100% true, but the fact of the matter is that it is going on. I talk to men every day, and I talk to men of like various different backgrounds, different states, different colors, all of it. And they are collectively saying that, yes, a lot of women are asking for a lot when it comes to dating. Now, I'm not saying the bare minimum. That's not what I am saying. I've talked to some men, and even I've come across it as well. They have women that legit are basically asking you to fund their life sometime. Now, if you live in the Atlanta area, you know what I'm talking about. You've probably come across it once or twice where it's like, you have a chick, you're talking to them, all of a sudden they want you to buy their lunch every day or pay some of their rent or pay some of their bills, and you sitting there like, what the fuck? Nigga, it's hard. I gotta pay my own bills. You're sitting there confused. Now, I'm not saying that's every single last woman, because I know that's not every single last woman. I know quite a few. I say quite a few. I know quite a lot of women that are not moving like that. But for a good deal of men, I don't know if it's because that's who they're attracting or just where they're looking, they are coming across women that have these unrealistic expectations. They are. I remember I wouldn't say I was talking to a woman, but I use a dating app, and I'm not gonna say which one, and I came across a woman that essentially she was like, look, if you're below like 6 feet, I can't talk to you. I was like, well, I'm 5'11" here. And she's like, no, it's too short. 1 inch. 1 inch. I mean, 1 inch is not that big of a difference. Right? Yeah, and there's even like stuff out there. I've seen it many different times of many different types of women echoing this, that if you don't make a certain amount of money, you can't even date because you can't support it. Look, I'm beating a dead horse by saying this. You know what I'm talking about. It's out there because it's not just onesies and twosies. It's happening quite a lot. It is. Now, on the women's side, yes, what women do want is that they want men that are emotionally intelligent. And I'm going to tell you straight up, a lot of men are lacking in that department. They are. A lot of men are not able to understand that men and women communicate differently, and women don't understand this as well, but I think men struggle with it because we tend to think that women communicate the same way that we do, and then when we encounter women that don't, and the vast majority of them don't, we're confused, we're confuddled, and we're just like, wait a minute, what's happening? All of a sudden we're in an argument, we don't even know how, because the way they communicate is just vastly different. And I might do a video talking about that, because like I have a few homegirls and I talk to them about their relationships and everything like that, and like I said, I know what women are asking for, and I know that they're trying, and it's not really working for some men. But on that note, I will say that there are women out there that are asking for emotionally intelligent man, and they cannot handle emotionally intelligent man. Pretty sure like 99% of you that like are watching me right now don't know me personally. I'm pretty emotionally intelligent, and one thing I've come across, one of my last relationships, or just the more casual relationships that I indulge in now, when women come across a guy that is emotionally intelligent, they say they want that until it's time for me to be emotionally intelligent and then tell you about yourself and then want feedback on myself as well, because I don't want to live in a world where no one can correct me and tell me about myself. But when it's time for me to tell you about yourself and give you, like, I wouldn't even say notes, just a little bit of feedback and say, hey, look, you move this way. Hey, look, the way you communicate is not really effective in X, Y, and Z. I've gotten some pretty volatile responses. And a little bit of example, this is just one of the many. I remember I was telling a woman, and she was older than me. I was like, hey, look, the way you communicate is not really effective because you feel a way about something and you're not telling me in the moment. And it's fine if you don't tell me in the moment because you can't vocalize that. But I need you to explain to me, hey, look, I have a lot of feelings about something and I want to be able to tell it to you, but I need to find time to parse through my feelings so I can explain to you in a better way. And I told her that several times. Many different times. And the thing is, I know that she's feeling a way about something, but I told her, if you don't say nothing to me, I'm not a mind reader. I'm not going to pester you about it. I said, hey, look, come to me and tell me when you have an issue with something. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it. And that might come off as mean, but if I give you the parameters and I tell you, hey, look, if you have an issue with what I'm doing or how I'm acting or what I'm saying to you or how I'm saying it, tell me in the moment or let me know, hey, look, I feel a way. Or if I ask you what's going on, tell me in that moment. If you say, no, nothing's wrong, I'm going to continue like there's nothing wrong. Because you're mature enough, because you're older than me, you're mature enough to be able to vocalize how you're feeling, or at least, at the very least, say, hey, look, I feel a way and I don't really know how to say it right now, but I'll come back to you later. Several different times she got her feelings hurt and I was like, hey, look, you need to communicate better and you need to learn how to vocalize yourself like an adult, because I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you on you not understanding a simple concept. I'm not. So I say all that to say that and I'm not saying all, there are some women out there that ask for an emotionally intelligent man. Then when they get it, they realize, holy shit, this is a lot to ask for. And it's like, yes, it is, because I'm coming at you. I'm giving you all the things that you want. I'm vocalizing how I'm feeling. I'm telling you exactly where my left and right lateral limits are, my boundaries, so to speak. And you're shell shocked. You're stunned. So I just pre-watched this because I was like, oh, I wonder what it's about, because there's a whole lot of these. Like, there's so many. Everything she says is mostly for women, and this is not a space just for men. So obviously, I want this to be catered to women too. So women, listen up. What she's saying, honestly, I don't fully disagree with, and I'll just expand on that as well. But and I'll also at the end kind of like give my take on how men should adopt the same thing, because everything that she's saying is stuff that I tell my female cousins, my homegirls and everything like that, because I care about them. I want them to move out here safely. And it's also things that I tell men as well. So even though it's mostly for women that she's saying, that she's speaking for, men can still take parcels of this and apply it to yourself as well. So let's jump right in.
You guys, my 5 tips of dating advice. One of them, leave at the first point of confusion. Do not allow a man to confuse you, to fill your head up with lies. The second he does that, leave. I don't care how good it sounds, how much you wanted to believe it, how much you did believe it. The second he confuses you, whether that's actions, him saying one thing, doing another, or him going back on his word, you leave. Name one woman who stayed during all points of confusion, who is now just lingering around, who has never been cuffed, who is literally filled with sadness and heartbreak because now she's in a cycle that she has not left. Do not stay, okay? Second he confuses you, get up out of there, okay? Okay. The second piece of dating.
For the ladies out there, what she said, exactly true. I agree with that. Also, I think there should be a little bit of a caveat and understanding. Let it be known that you're confused. And if it persists, and I know she said the second it happens, but look, you need to understand that the way men and women communicate is just vastly different. You'd be surprised how what we're saying and how we're trying to convey what we're thinking, what we're feeling, we think is coming across clearly. And when it gets to you guys, you're like, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. So if you let it be known, hey, look, I'm confused, and then you see there's no immediate action to correct that and let it be known, hey, look, this is my intentions, then yeah, you should dip. Definitely. Now for my men out there, look, if you out there just trying to have fun and do what you got to do, that's fine. Let it be known what you're trying to do. Let it be known how you moving. You know, when I'm out doing what I do, I let it be known, hey, look, these are, I don't say specifically the women that I see, but I see other women. I'm safe. I make sure that I take care of all the things I got to take care of. I make sure that they're safe as well. I don't dip my pole in nothing that it has no business being in. I have dick discipline, and I make sure that the women I deal with, I respect and of at least some type of caliber. I'm not out here just messing around with dusties. I don't move like that. And so if you want to be that type of man and have that type of action and move in that way, let it be known. Don't be out here sneaking and hiding and lying. No, that's not it. But if you're trying to be intentional, like what she's speaking about specifically right here, yeah, be clear in what you're trying to do. Be decisive. Make sure it's clear, concise, and easily understandable. And if you feel like she doesn't understand, don't be afraid to go the extra mile and explain to her exactly what's going on. And I'm speaking clearly from the point of, if you're trying to be intentional with a woman, That's it. To me, it's not that hard. It shouldn't be that hard for you as well. Because unless you want to be out here playing games, and like I said before, let it be known, there's no reason for
advice. We are too grown to be building up any man, okay? Do not try to fix no man. Do not try and fix his dysfunctional family. Don't try and fix his trauma. Don't try and teach him how to fold his clothes. Don't teach him how to change a tire. Come to me healed, prepared, and ready. I'm not building up no more men. I'm not staying down for the come up for nobody else. I'm not getting it out the mud with you. You come built and I will make sure you're stable, okay? Next, do not ever.
Yeah, she's right. Like I said, there's a little bit of a caveat with that. Ladies, look, there's a lot of hobosexuals out there. If you don't know what hobosexual is a dude that's gonna come, stay by you, not work, not do anything, and talk about his potential. I got this cooking up, and he's been sitting on his ass for the last few months, or the last however long. But it shouldn't take that long for you to figure out, okay, he said that he has all these aspirations, all these goals, and I haven't seen make worth a lick of a movement. Yeah, no, don't waste your time. I'm tired of hearing these women that are in relationships or dealing with these men, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, 2 years, 3 years. And it's like, well, I thought, no, you didn't. It don't take that long to figure out that man ain't shit. It don't. Now, when it comes to building a man up, I don't believe anybody should be building anyone up. So fellas, listen up. You should not be building this woman up. If she does not show that she is on your level, and doesn't have to be financial. People keep talking about financial. It's not only about that. If she's not showing that she's on your level when it comes to where she sees herself going in the direction when it comes to family, emotional stability, religion, spirituality, all that different type of stuff. If you see that you guys are not on the same level, don't you try and build that woman up. Don't try to save her. No, you shouldn't. So overall, for both men and women, don't try to build someone up. You should be building each other up when you guys are on the same level. One of you shouldn't be here, the other one's down here. That's not going to work. It's not. And actually, let me take that back. I'm not going to say it's not going to work. The likelihood of it working is not as high as if you guys were equally together. That's really it. For the women out there, don't deal with no hobosexual. If he's just laying out on the couch, and I've seen this growing up, if you got a man that's gonna come up, lay up in your house and not do anything, and you out there working, that's a hobosexual. You don't need to be messing with that. And men, if you out here dealing with a woman that's only gonna use you for your resources and just not provide anything, I'm not just talking about like the monetary things or the physical things, but any type of peace and relaxation when it comes to your home and just a relationship, you shouldn't be dealing with that woman. That's it.
Settle, because I promise you, look at me in my eyes while I look in this flashing flashlight of a camera. There is somebody who's going to check all them boxes. Don't be with anybody who does not make you feel your best. There's too many men out here who will make you feel like you are the most beautifulest thing walking, who will lift you up in abundance, who will not tear you down when you get some good news, who will not break you down just so he could stay up. The last piece of advice I would give is don't.
She's right. But at the same time, there's a little bit I kind of want to fix up a little bit, right? And what I mean by that is, hey, look, don't be with someone that's going to tear you down. Don't be with someone that's going to be jealous of you. Don't be with someone that's going to like essentially show you that they're not down for you and not be happy for your successes. Be with someone that's going to be just as excited, maybe even more so excited for your successes and what you got planned for yourself in the future, or just in general, any type of good news. But what I will say is that don't be hung up on someone ticking all the boxes. I'm not saying that if they got 50% of what you're looking for, go with that. If this person has 80, 85, 82, hell, 79, right? And there's things that are negotiable when it comes to the boxes that aren't checked off, don't be afraid to take that. Honestly. And especially the way dating is going right now, people are leaving at the drop of anything. Now, there's certain things that almost definitely you should just dip out. But if you see that you're getting like 80 and above satisfaction from your partner and they're checking off like 80% of the boxes, don't be afraid to explore that. Some of the best advice I got growing up was, and people might disagree with it, and that's completely fine. It's not about who you like, it's about who likes you. So if you see someone that's able to give you the 80% and they're trying hard, desperately to match you or get up to that 100%, because no one's going to be 100% exactly what you want. And if, let's just say that person is 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, that person probably don't even want you, and this is advice for both sides. If you're a young woman and you see that there's a man that has a lot of good qualities, I'm not saying potential, he has instilled just natural good qualities that are not, being built up. They're integrated within him already. and you see that this person is someone that you can spend your life with or spend a decent amount of time with, be the father of your children, your husband, everything like that, don't be afraid to explore that. You know what I'm saying? If you see that it's like, okay, boom, I don't know, something stupid, like maybe he's not the best cook, or maybe he doesn't make as much as you, or make around what you think is appropriate for your relationship. Look, are you willing to give up the 80% because of these two deficiencies, something that could be made up, or at the very least are not important to the survivability of a relationship? Or are you going to try to look for the guy that may fill out 100%? I'm gonna tell you right now, when you talk to people that are successfully married, their partners aren't ticking 100% of the boxes. There's gonna be some deficiencies, but at least they're working towards it to make it so that those aren't glaring deficiencies. But like I said, what she said honestly wasn't off, but don't pass up something where it's like, okay, this is pretty good, really good, for, okay, but it could be better though, because it might not be.
Don't put yourself in trauma. And if you're in trauma, you need to leave. A lot of women can't find themselves out of trauma because they try to validate them leaving. You don't have to understand why you're leaving. You need to leave. Baby, you're questioning yourself in that relationship with him. Why you gotta question you leaving him? Don't make yourself an insecure woman, a heartbroken woman. Save yourself while you can. There's too many men out here that will do that for you. Don't settle. Don't be stupid. Love yourself, okay? Peace, love, and applesauce.
Yeah, she brings up a really good point. Be able to just walk away. I find that a lot of people are in relationships or in situations where they don't want to walk away because they feel like they invested all this time. They feel like, you know what, it's going to turn around at the very last second. It's probably not. If you find yourself in a situation where you're just hoping for the next day because it's going to be better next time, baby, no, it's not. And gentlemen, don't mess up your peace because you're thinking, oh, well, you know what, I could change her. Look, we've all been there. We've all been there. You can't change her. You can't. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They may have all these great qualities, but if you're not finding peace, walk away. Same thing for the women too. Walk away. You don't need that. Because I'm gonna tell you what, the last thing you wanna do is, one, be walking on eggshells around a person, and then not only that, feel like you can't be yourself and find peace. That's the last thing you need. So don't be afraid to walk away, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't fully agree with her saying that, you know, if he doesn't, there's other men out there that will. Yes and no, it really just depends. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it off with this because a lot of what she said I don't disagree with, and it's some things that I tell my homegirls, my female cousins, everything like that. I tell them these things because they come to me for advice and they ask me, hey, look, am I bugging? And I'm like, you're bugging. But in the off chance that they're not bugging, I give them a little bit more context to help them out, because dating is hard out here. Even some of my guy friends out there, I try to guide them down the right path, and sometimes it works. Sometimes, the times when it doesn't work, I mean, is that my fault? No, because I know exactly how they be moving. I ain't gonna get into all that, but you guys know the drill. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment down below. You know, let's open the discussion up. Tell me how you feel about just the whole dating scene in 2025. Is it better than 2024? I know it just started, but I hope to God it's better, because 2026 is so far away. I can't do it. And subscribe if you want more, because there will be more. I might touch on the whole dating aspect a whole lot more, especially in the coming year, because it's almost that time for me. Peace.